Welcome back on Info for Triply, and you are watching a series on power electronics using MATLAB Simulink. And this is sixth video of this series in which we will discuss the series connection of thyristor using MATLAB Simulink. And you are with Paramjit Singh Jamwal. First of all, we will discuss the circuit diagram of series connected thyristors. Here, two thyristors T1 and T2 are connected in series, and the combination of which is connected in series with 10 ohm resistance and 100 volt DC source. Initially, there is no signal at G1 and G2. Therefore, this T1 and T2 behave like an open circuit, and there will be no current across the resistance, so it will behave like a short circuit. So all the 100 voltage will be seen across the combination of T1 and T2, which is known as sink voltage and is shown here. And this sink voltage will be divided equally across these two thyristors, which is shown here. At 0.001 second, a signal is applied across G1, which switched on the thyristor T1, and it behaved like a battery of 0.8 volt. And rest 99.2 volt will be seen across the T2. At 0.003 second, a signal is applied across the G2, which switched on the thyristor T2, and it behaves like a battery of 0.8 volt. Now the sink voltage will be 1.6 volt, which is shown here, and rest 98.4 volt will be seen across the 10 ohm resistance. The important point which to be noted here is from 0.001 second to 0.003 second, there is a voltage of 99.2 volt across the T2, which is higher than the rating of the thyristor T2, and if this voltage retains for the sufficient time, then it may damage the thyristor T2. Therefore, the delay between switching time of T1 and T2 should be as much less as possible, and ideally it should be 0. Now moving towards the practical session on MATLAB. In this video we will continue the simulation we have created in second video. So opening that simulation and save this simulation file with another name. For our simulation, we required two thyristors, so make copy of this thyristor and connect in series and remove this terminal. Now connect this resistance, and we required a resistance of 10 ohm value, so update its value to 10. We don't require this source, so remove it, and we required a DC source, so open Simulink library and go to Simscape, Power Systems, Specialized Technology and Fundamental Blocks, and go to Electrical Sources. Here it is a DC source, so drag this block to your simulation file and connect in the circuit, and also update its value. It is already 100 volt, so no need to update it. Now we will generate the control signal through pulse generator. First remove these terminals and click on pulse generator. Here in pulse generator we need to update the period. We will select the period of 0.005 second, and the first signal will be applied at 0.001 second, and this will be applied to the T1. To connect this signal to the T1, we will use the tags, that is go to and from block. So identify that block and drag to the simulation. So connect it. This is our G1, so name it accordingly, and this is our G1 go to block. So connect it here. Now to generate the signal for T2, we need to put the delay. So identify that block in library which is available under discrete. This is a delay block. Drag this block into the simulation file and connect it here, and this delay will generate the signal for T2. So connect it with a G2 tag, and also connect from G2 tag here. And rename it to G2. We need to update the setting of delay block, so open it. As we want the G2 signal at 0.003 second, so we need to put the delay of 0.002 second, and to generate this delay we need to put the delay length will be 2000 sample. So put it here. We will set the sample time as TS. Now close it. To observe the G1 and G2 in scope block, connect its flag accordingly. Before it, remove it. First we will measure G1, thereafter we will measure G2. Thereafter we will measure the string voltage. So we need to measure the string voltage. For that purpose we required a voltage measurement block. So go to the measurement section, and this is our voltage measurement block. So drag this block into the solution file. Now rotate this block and also flip this block and connect its positive terminal here and negative terminal here. Now connect a goto block to observe its output and the scope, and name it as VS, which stands for string voltage, and also connect its from block here and name it accordingly, VS. Now at last we need to measure the voltage of T1 and T2. So first we need to measure T1. So remove the thyristor current from here. So it is our VT1. And second we need to measure the voltage across the T2. So copy this block and connect its output here. Now we need to update the sample time of scope block. So open it and update it to TS, and also update in Power GUI block, that is TS. Now we can set this sample time from the command window. So go to command window and select TS is equal to 1 microsecond. Now our simulation is ready. Just save it and run this simulation for 0.005 seconds and open scope block. Now you can see that we have obtained the desired gate signal and string voltage and thyristor voltage. So this is sufficient for today. I am thankful to Mr. Tejas Komawat for his appreciating words. If this video is useful to you, then like and share it. If you have any query or suggestion, then let me know through your comments. If you want to get the notification about our upcoming videos, then subscribe our channel and click on bell icon. Thank you for being with us.